What's up, y'all? I wanted to check in. I've been spending most of my time having conversations about radical self-love in my What's Up, y'alls, because that is what keeps me grounded and sane, and is the message that I believe is mine to give to the world in this particular time. But I really wanted to have this conversation after hearing the news about the singular officer who was charged in Breonna Taylor's murder by the Louisville, Kentucky Police Department. And if you're not familiar with who Breonna Taylor is in the Breonna Taylor case, then if you're Black, it might be because you are just really wanting to protect yourself. If you're white, it's because you're steeped in white supremacist delusion. It would be the only reason why you would not know. It'd be it would be utterly unacceptable. Utterly unacceptable. But I felt the need to talk about this because I believe that there is an opportunity for us to better live into the world we say we want, to better contextualize the world we say we want, and to see the disconnect in this moment. And so I want to share about this moment from my particular lens. And as is always, I want to be in the complicated nuance of this conversation, right? The both and of this conversation. And so first and foremost, I want to honor the incredible activists and organizers who have been, boots on the ground in Kentucky, really, gathering and gathering community and giving community direction. And I want to honor and respect that work, because there are people that I tremendously respect. And if maybe you have noticed or you have not noticed, but I have not posted a lot about the Breonna Taylor case. And not because it doesn't matter to me, not because I've been thinking about it, not because it hasn't been on my mind, but because I think that we want what we don't want. I know we want justice. And I think that we think there's some way we're ever going to get it in this system. And that is the part that for me feels maddening and makes me want to just retreat from the world sometimes, because we want things. When we are hurt, the first place that we go for relief or restitution from this pain is the system that inflicted it. And that to me is the part that I can't understand and that I feel confused by. Beyond, I'm an abolitionist in my heart. I believe wholeheartedly in the need to completely dissolve the United States policing system and prison industrial complex as we understand it. It is useless. And I believe that there are visionary, liberatory possibilities that we can create that don't look anything like what we've been doing. I believe that. But beyond that, beyond my ability to see that, because I don't think you need to be able to see that to see the connection that I'm making right now, right? Which is an arm of a white supremacist, violent, state-sanctioned entity murdered Breonna Taylor in her bed. And our appeal has been to that same arm of white supremacist, violent, state-sanctioned entity to offer us some version of reprieve from that harm, to offer us some sort of restitution for that harm. We have asked that entity that we know to be wantonly, which is the language that they used in the case that the one officer did get, and willfully interested in our murder. And then we ask that entity to give us some sort of recompense for that. And that to me is the piece that I don't understand. Like when I think about what we need to do to when I think about the brilliant organizers who have put their work to this, when I think about the celebrities who have put their work to this, my question becomes, why to this thing that we already know does not work? Why did this thing that we know has no intention on ever doing right by us? The American penal system never has any intention of giving Black people justice. It has no intention. It never will. It won't ever do it. And I want us so desperately to stop asking it to do what it will never do, what it was never designed to do, what it is incapable of. And I feel so passionately because I watch us have our hearts broken again and again and again when it does what the fuck we knew it was gonna do. And I'm not saying be hopeless. I'm saying stop putting our hope there. Stop. I'm not protesting to ask the police to arrest a motherfucker. Not one. I would have rather, you know what the answer to me is? Don't arrest that one. No. You gonna let him go? Let us all go. What if we put our energy towards that? That was the moment when George Floyd was murdered. What I felt rumbling underneath the ground that has been quieted, but it's not gone, was that we don't want none of this shit no more. There's nothing that you can do. But every time the system offers us a flea flake of something that we think tastes a little bit like retribution, and that is the problem, is that our palates in this nation are attuned to retribution, and so we can't see possibility. We don't know what possibility tastes like because we only know the bitter taste of retribution, because that's all this nation knows. This nation only knows punishment. Those officers were never going to all be arrested. And even if they were all arrested, they were never going to all be convicted. And even one of them was convicted, they was never going to be in jail for not even 2 hot seconds. We all got cousins doing more time. Brothers. Family members doing more time than those officers who walked in that woman's house and killed her in her sleep were ever going to see. And so why? So no, I'm not even going to say why. I'm going to offer us a different vision. I desire for us to take that will, that fire in us, that desire, and to change the demand. If you letting people go, then you letting all our folks go. If people in this country just get away with murder, then every Black person gets away with murder. And then watch how quickly. Watch how quickly people start changing their minds. If that were the direction of the energy. And I'm not proposing that's and I'm not saying that I desire to see people be murdered. I desire to see a system that no longer leaves my people in bondage unless white people walk free. And I don't want white people to be in bondage because that doesn't change the fact that my people are in bondage. I want my people free. If you believe that these officers can be better humans than they were in that moment, then I believe all black people can be better humans than whatever it is, whatever trumped up bullshit it is that this system has seen that's put them in jail. That's what I believe. If we believe that the kid who, 4 or 5 years ago, the judge said had affluenza, and that's why he, was drunk driving and killed a man, is because he had affluenza, but he needed an opportunity to change his life. What I want is the same thing for all black people. That's what I want. And I am no longer interested in pleading with this nation to give us some version of justice that looks like the shit they call justice. If it looks shit like what America calls justice, I don't want it. It's sick. It's sick. We got to learn to ask for something new. We need a new palate, y'all. We need to be searching for a flavor that we don't recognize. Because if it tastes like anything we've tasted in this land already, it is poison. And I refuse to let America keep poisoning people that I love. There is nothing this country, any of its states, or any of its state agents are going to offer us that they call justice that will be so. It is not possible. And so we got to figure out what we're asking for instead. Because it can't be this. That, to me, is not the legacy upon which to build Breonna's memory in this movement moment. We got to learn to ask for something new. Breonna deserves all black folks who've died at the hands of this heinous state deserve our liberatory imaginations towards what's possible. We need a new definition of justice because the one we've been getting from here is trash. My heart's out with everybody. I love y'all. I love us. And I believe that we will win. But we can't if the definition looks anything like what this society has given us. I love you.